man, you know, the hard, stiff-necked people, as the scriptures say, man. But when that time comes, it's going to be too late, man. And the doors of mercy are closing, man. I mean, people have to be looking and paying attention to what's going on, the things that are happening. That's why the prophets preach this word is so important. That's why getting understanding of these scriptures and breakdowns is so important, because you can relate that to the time that's coming, man.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in will to do evil. Yeah, verse 11 again. Ecclesiastes 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So in this setup, Yahweh Shem Shah gave us a grace period, right? So with that being said, that's why we curse the righteous acts to the best of our abilities. Now, 2/3 of our people, they're going to continue to do evil, although they see the problems, as well as Esau that controls this whole setup. You know, so their mindset, okay, we get it how we live, and at the end of the day, once their judgment is pronounced, it's like they think they're going to get a phone call 2 hours before judgment. Hey, today's the day, you need to get right. No, it's not going to happen like that. It's going to happen at thief. It's going to happen such as like in the thief of the night. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, they get a warning to us. You know, you've been getting war for the past 60 years? 66 years? 60, I'm sorry, we started in 1969. Now it's 2023. So that's like 54 years. You know, so you've been in war for the past 54 years. If your preacher taught you anything, he would have taught you that the Most High's voice is through the sons of men. So the world has got a lot more darker, but everybody's driving past the prophets on the weekend. Everybody sees those signs on the weekend, those cardboard signs. Everybody at this point has heard of the Hebrew Israelites. We're not just here to celebrate our heritage. They started with the Apostles of Great Millstone. We're to prophesy the downfall of this country. All right, bring our people back to their nationality, to tell them to repent from their sins, because you're gonna die just like the inhabitants of Sodom. You're gonna die just like the pre-flood era. You know? Let's go, man.
Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him.
Yep. No, we've had a grace period, man. All right? You've been given a grace period, man. I could my math, if I'm not mistaken, it's 54 years. 69 to 2023. All right? You've been given a 54-year grace period. And speaking of a sinner sinning 100 times, it really doesn't matter what you've done when you're walking in darkness. But now you niggas have loathed Yahweh Shah's law. All right? Somebody get that? It was a second Ezra. You loathe this law. You know? So you've been getting warned for 50 plus half a century. And that's the metrics of the magnitude of judgment that's about to bestow you people, man. All right? Because sinning is a culture to you people. All right?
Second Ezra 9 and 11. And they that have loathed my law, why they can't get liberty.
And what was the liberty? From 1969 to 2023 and counting. That's the liberty. Like I was breaking down, you took that and you denounced your fear of Yahweh Shah. Everybody had a fear of the Most High in the 50s, in the 60s, you know, especially the 50s on back. Even in the 90s, early 2000s, there was some type of fear. Now everybody's gay. You know, everybody's debaucherous. Everybody's full of adultery. You know, everybody evil niggas now. And that's just a result of the Most High doesn't exist in this place. When people deviate to their lower nature, That's a sign that there's a lack of God in the quote unquote God. It's a godless kingdom. But it's also a sign that the Most High is going to bring judgment. All right, you got it?
And when it as it yet place of repentance was open unto them
That 54 years.
understood not, but despised it.
Yep.
The same much know it after death by pain.
And you're gonna learn about things. Like I said, you got basically all these cities in America are cities of Sodom. You know? You hold something, brother? All right, you got it.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 15, verse 22. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned.
Yep.
But now they have no cloak for their sin.
Because first you were ignorant. Like I said, you could have sinned 100,000 times before you got warned as an Israelite. But now you know better. And you told the Most High, I'm good because pleasure feels better. That's 2/3 of our people say, I'm good because pleasure feels better. Okay? So more to that.
Acts 17 and 30. And the times of this ignorance, the Most High winked at.
Yep.
But now commanded all men everywhere to repent.
Noah prophesied 120 years. You have to, and I encourage you, brothers and sisters, to watch on Amazon Prime the days of Noah before the flood. It's to effect. That's the most potent biblical documentary I've ever seen in my life. All right, days of Noah before the flood. Well, it was basically just a documentary. Well, yeah, it is a different chapter. You're right, brother. The one that probably makes the most sense is the one about the flood. You know, Esau never stays on point. The one about the flood, man, that was dead on, man. All right? Because it went into, it was very specific as to what was going on. And if you read in the scriptures, you know, been in this truth, you realize where they got it from. So after you get your scripture, can the brother get Romans, the first chapter, in the New Living Translation? Because there was a mindset and a behavior on the planet Earth before the flood that you people seem to have forgotten. Because all you niggas know about the time of Noah. All you niggas in sticks know about the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 26, verse 10. That favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. And I know they're going to Esau, but 2/3 of our people have adopted the ways of Esau, and so they're riding that coattail. So those are benefits, that way of life. They just, you know what I'm saying, you can equate that to Jacob. They're doing the same thing. They have become their father, the devil, man.
And then it also says the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them. But who's the wicked? Esau. What's his way? Westernization, modern day Hellenization. And just like during the time of Greece and the time of the Romans, it seduced our people. Going back to first Maccabees, second Maccabees, the Grecian way was popping. You know? The Westernization, you can't separate an Israelite from Westernization. You can't make Israel, you can't de-Westernize a 2/3. You can't de-Westernize a nigga. You can't de-niggify a nigga. The only thing they can do is a missile. But go ahead, brother.
In the land of uprightness,
Which is the land of Israel.
he would deal unjustly.
That's why you got liberals in Israel. You got alphabet gang in the land of Israel. Because you can't keep the laws as an Edomite. That's why I said the wicked are estranged from the womb. As soon as he be born, they go astray, speaking lies. Estranged from what? The laws of Yahweh Shai, the ways of our forefathers from the land beyond. The ways of Yahweh, he goes strange, speaking lies. That's why in the 1950s, going into the 1960s, you had these so-called psychologists and these so-called philosophers that basically push the propaganda that promoted to push the propaganda that the natural man is homosexual, that the natural man is a free spirit, to push an ungodly lifestyle. So the same era where Jacob was marching for their rights was the same era Esau was pushing an ungodly lifestyle. That's how they seduce it on this side. Yeah, right when they talk about Black Lives Matter in the parallel way, they're talking about what? Alternative lifestyle. You can't do that's how you seduce them. All right, but you can make a point.
That's what the ELM shit is for. To push that whole agenda.
Yep.
It never was about so-called black people. And just going back on your point, you know, Adam told, hey, Cain and Abel, both the law, statutes, and commandments. Cain still went astray.
Yep.
Just like Jacob and Esau. They received the law, statutes, and commandments from Isaac, and Esau still went astray.
They go because estranged, I would like to think means astray.
Yeah, you gotta mean it.
You know, they go estranged from that Hebrew way. All right? All right. Who has this stuff? You go ahead, brother.
This is Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight,
Yep.
and that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
One thing I know about human nature, and one thing I've learned about the way of the world, you can't change someone or something's nature.
Hey, yo, hey, point blank period. The law, statutes, and commandments could not make Esau straight.
Yep.
The law, statutes, and commandments could not make Cain straight.
Because it says his vine is the vine of Sodom.
Yo,
Your DNA is estranged from righteousness. Not just physically, but spiritually and culturally. For example, when it said Cain was cursed with a birth, right? He had a physical appearance that was estranged from the way of man. So the Most High stripped him of melanin in his skin, he stripped him of melanin in his hair, and he stripped him of melanin in his eyes. But that was only a physical reflection of he being stripped of the right way inside. There was a token that this man is estranged from the way of the Most High. You know, because in a decolonized world, if you're walking around looking like an Edomite, you're the black sheep, ironically. So Esau's original appearance was a sign that this man is estranged from the natural way of the Most High. Go ahead.
Proverbs 3:33. The curse of the Lord Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitation of the just.
Yep. Hey, you can spell on that, brother.
Yeah, hey, the curse of, back in Proverbs 3:33, the curse of the Lord Yahweh is in the house of the wicked. What curse? You know, losing that money.
Yep.
And nothing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you say, this started from the spiritual standpoint, and all it did was manifest on the flesh.
Hey, going back to Isaiah 34, somebody hold it up there. You know my curse? Let's go.
And this is Psalm 58:3. Wicked are estranged from the womb.
Yep. Well, hey, example of that was Jacob and Esau. And the Most High is so spiritually deep, even their wrestling in the womb was a spiritual representation of that contrary reaction was going to have with one another. And it tells you that in 2nd Ezra's way, 6 and 7, how they wrestled in the womb. That's why we can't coexist. All right? The wicked are estranged. What are you estranged from? The ways of Yahweh Bashmal Shai. That's why you have a philosophy of rebellion of Yahweh Bashmal Shai. And it's very seductive. Because what does he call being estranged from the way of the Most High or well tradition? Progressionalism. Liberation. Science. Most scientists are atheists. But that's witchcraft. The name is witchcraft. Because you're saying that to deviate from the ways of the Most High is actually progressive. To accept the alternative lifestyle is actually you evolving. You're not stuck in your own ways. So his way seduces us, the righteous. Westernization, Satanism, it's seductive. You know?
Another reason why he considered the basis of man, because that's the farthest you can be as a human away from the Most High.
Yep.
That's the farthest, nation that's away from the Most High. It's the basis.
Yeah. The lowest, the most contrary. Because all the other nations, all the laws per se, they said they have some sense of a way about themselves that's really rooted in the scriptures. They have some sense of, you know, the natural way, man, woman, children, religion, the Eastern culture. But Esau was totally contrary to existence. Because what we say through the Spirit, his way is inconsistent with existence. It doesn't engender life. Go ahead.
Look, you made that point because, like, Elon, but like, where they dwell at, when you're walking through their doorpost, they have a dead guy. It goes back to the blood on the doorpost. So, like you were saying, they have something that goes back to the scripture.
Yeah, but Esau. And Israel, you ever pondered on why all the movements just so happens to push us further away from the word. Every movement in America, it's all some financial crisis, income disparities. There's all sorts of crazy stuff going on in America. But the only movement you pushing is really for the 12 tribes to be further away from their power. Further in darkness, man. All right,
Isaiah 34 in NLT. And when my sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom, the nation that have marked for destruction.
The nation have marked for destruction. Hey, that goes back to Romans 9. The vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. You know? So you're a throwaway weapon. The Most High use you to punish the 12 tribes, all right, and be an example of wickedness. He's going to destroy you, man. All right?
Isaiah 34:5 in the KJV. For my sword shall be laid in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse.
See, what they don't tell you, and there's a line that goes right back to the book of Genesis until now. Like you have certain TV shows that you'll watch, right? Like certain cartoons or whatever it may be. The next episode has nothing to do with the last episode. Like say Family Guy, something like that. You got certain TV shows. The last episode was a continuation from the episode before that. The next episode was a continuation. So what they don't tell you in the churches is that what we're experiencing now is a continuation of covenants that were made during the time of Genesis, or prophecies that was made in the book of Isaiah. The scriptures is a continuation of what happened 1,500 years ago. I'm sorry, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. All right? It's a continuation of the storyline, man. So Esau, pursuant to Genesis, the 4th chapter, he's still the people of the Most High's curse. No new things should be done under the sun. All right?
Dictionary for Edom. It says Edom figures perfectly in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgment.
It says prophetic, so in prophecy, in the future. This man is on death row. Dead man walking. You know? You gotta learn.
She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who is not given any promise of mercy from the Most High.
Because all the other nations, they're going to make it to the kingdom in the sense that they're going to be alive in the kingdom. They're going to be put in slavery for the 1,000 years of the destruction of the kingdom, but they're not going to be deleted. But Esau, after his 1,000 years of slavery, he's going to be put off the planet Earth, man. All right? Yeah, the best of the wrath fitted for destruction.
That's why he's so hard. Why I try to do that LWO.
Yeah.
He's trying to upset biblical prophecy.
That's right.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 50, starting verse 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Yep.
Verse 17. Seest thou hatest instruction.
What's the instruction that you hate? The law, statutes, and commandments. There's 613. There's 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. Just a little fun fact. The average pomegranate has about 613 seeds in it. You can Google it. You know, the average pomegranate, you Google it before. The average pomegranate is called an aril. A-R-I-L. That's a pomegranate seed. But the average pomegranate, some have more, some have less. But it averages out at about 613. Representing the 613 laws, statutes, and commandments, man. All right? And you despise every last one of them. Yep.
Seeing thou hatest instructions and casting my words behind thee.
What was his words? The laws that was given to Moses, that was given to the 12 tribes. And an example of that, like the apostles would always break down in the court system. He'll make you swear on the Bible, but then turn it to write a judge off his penal system. You know? Yep, same thing. But the president doesn't make laws based on the scriptures. You know? This man is the epitome of wickedness, man. All right? He makes you an enemy to the earth and makes you dependent on him. All right, but we're just going to roll with the scriptures.
And if I can say this almost like he mocked the Most High when he have you to swear on the Bible and
Yep.
do all that, because he's in a sense he made it look like you're doing this in the name of the Lord, But then, like you say, then he'll override that with his law.
Do you see
You know
what
what I'm saying?
Do you support to tell the truth, the whole truth, but the truth so help you God?
Right.
He said, I do. He said, nah.
Right.
He throw the power on y'all.
It
Bring out our bullshit.
seems like he be trying to make Jake. He know Jake got that conscience about
Yeah.
that Bible. He wants
Yeah.
Jake to come in here and tell
Yeah.
the truth. That's what I feel every time I went to court. They just stop making you put your hand on there. Actually, I just be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be wise of a certain deal with Esau, so you ain't finna tell the truth. You gotta teach it, so you trying to get out of it. Esau, I feel like he used that against Jake. You know what I'm saying? Jake ain't too quick to get that Bible and swear on it and then show it lying like.
But even Jake actually swears. Although you're not supposed to swear, he's like, oh
Right.
God, bro. He wants you to blame. I put this on God. So Jake, and he attached to the Most High. But another form of disrespect to the Most High, Esau Edom. All right, go ahead.
James chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, and have shown no mercy, and mercy will work in judgment.
I think there was this movie called Toy Soldiers. It was the Commandos versus the Gorgonites. If you watch it, you will see through the spirit, the Gorgonites were the Israelites, and the Commandos were Esau Edom. But one of the Commandos' line of their program was he would say, there will be no mercy. There will be no mercy. There will be no mercy. At the end of the movie, they had a war. Like how it says in Revelation 12, here's the dragon to go to war against that remnant of her seed to keep the laws. But the Commandos would always say, there will be no mercy. There should be no mercy. And what's the nature of Edom towards the 12 tribes? No mercy. For the 1619, going back to the Babylonians capturing us? But it was really fulfilled during Deuteronomy, 28th chapter. There was a merciless captivity, man. All right? Oh, and I keep speaking on the southern kingdom as though there's no northern kingdom. That mass genocide of Gad, of Simeon, of Ephraim, that hate, that perpetual hatred. The conquistadors, man. All right, you got it, brother.
This is Psalm 15:16. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what have you to do to declare my statutes?
Yep.
For that you should take my conduct in your mouth.
Yep.
Verse 17.
Because in 1983, if I'm not mistaken, that was the year it was coined, the year of the Bible, the land of the Bible, something to that effect. The law of the land, but it was basically like of the Bible.
Right.
You know that?
Bible should be the law.
Oh, okay, come. So that was 1983.
This is Matthew 14:1. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the fame of Yahushua and said unto his servants, this is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for the Romans' sake, for the blood of Philip's wife. For John said to him, it is not lawful for you to have her. And he committed judgment. Right? Verse 17. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask, and she being before instructed of her mother said, give me here John Baptist's head in a charge. And the point was that basically when John the Baptist had actually confronted Herod for committing this act, what happened? He cast the words of Yahweh Hashem. He casted the words of Yahweh Hashem behind his back.
Yep. Hey, the spirit, man. All right, going back to the 60s, man. You had a lot of psychologists and a lot of fake scientists commissioned to do all types of studies to basically get the nation away from traditionalism, man. And this is what you see right now in 2023 is a result of the blueprint for the New World Order, man. And like you said, they baited the 12 tribes in with civil rights.
According to your program.
Yeah, and the counterintelligence program, which is like the brother broke down, the elder broke down, COINTELPRO. All right, that was used to infiltrate these different movements. To infiltrate these different movements where Jake was standing up, pursuing the Genesis 49, where it said Judah stood up, man. Jake had the afro with the beard. All right, they stood up. But they COINTELPRO counterintelligence program and different FBI agencies used to water them down. But parallel to that, Esau used those same movements to put us in a spirit of liberation. But not only were we quote unquote liberated, also you was liberated from the ways of the Most High. Like I said earlier, That's why it's no coincidence. And when they speak about Black Lives Matter, in the same breath they speak about what? LGBTQ. There was a make you in to usher in a new world order lifestyle to the 12 tribes, man. All right? And this is the new Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm sorry. Same as like, hold on.
She's talking about Cohen Tail Pro, that was J. Edgar Hoover.
Yeah.
He played a major part, but he was way back there like in the 40s. From the 40s to like the 90s, you know, he played a major part. Cohen Tail Pro, all the people over the age.
J. Edgar Hoover said there would never be another black Messiah unless we create one.
And he was a pro.
Oh, but he was. He was, man. But you know what? Edomites, they all kind of like, not kind of, Edomites, they got that trait. They got, even if they don't come out with it, they all got that Mo trait, man. You know? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Those boy lovers, you know? You got it, brother.
This Habakkuk 2:15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
But that goes back to Revelation, the accuser of thy brethren. So Esau gave us the code, because speaking of COINTELPRO, we dissected all those organizations that was going against his oppression. This what he turned around and did. Black exploitation. That's when he introduced CN culture, which called black culture. Started with exalted pimps, which is the hormones, exalted drug dealers, all right, and put them in the movies, because the same cameraman that was filming the Black Panthers was the same director to a lot of those black exploitation movies. He was used as an agent. But putting that bottle to us to drink was introducing to us an anti-the-most high lifestyle, where you was glorifying the sinner. Like I said, Superfly, glorifying the sinner. Women's liberation, glorifying the sinner. All right? LGBTQ, glorifying the sinner. Drill music, glorifying the sinner. But then they go back on a priest level, on the sorcery, or what you call it, a priest level on the left hand. See Most High? Look at their wickedness. Because that bottle that you put in the drink is that Satanism, that westernization, that sin culture. We thought they give him a bucket shot? Yeah, come, bucket shot.
This book of Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yeah. Because what's our nakedness? Us being in sin. Oh, wait a minute. Adam and Eve. They look and realize they was naked. Huh? They got caught black because they got their heritage, their culture, their way, man. We are not black Americans. We're not African Americans. The 12 tribes are the Hebrew Israelites. Started with the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Native Americans, Hispanics, Latino Americans. We're all rooted back to Abraham. We all go back to our forefather Jacob, man. All right? And part of understanding who you are is part of understanding who you worship. You know?
These laws, statutes, commandments, this is our cover. This is what covers us. This is what protects us. This is what shields us from anything. You know, put on that full armor of the Most High. This is our shield. Like I said, once we keep this is our knowledge and understanding amongst all the nations. And once we line up with these laws, statutes, commandments, they put the fear of the nations on us. Because they see the spirit of the Most High on us, and it ain't nothing they able to do.
Hey, back in the Ed, here's the point. Speaking of walking in nakedness, doing a transatlantic slave trade, did we not come over here naked? So there was like a physical manifestation of why we came over here in the first place. We took our cultural clothing off and adopted the culture of the heathen. So part of that walk of shame, all right, was us come over here butt naked in shackles. It was like a slut walk. That fraternity slut walk.
Right.
Like, it's that badge of shame. Like that movie or that show, that story, The Scarlet Letter. The Scarlet Letter, the letter was red, and it was the A for adultery. The woman was accused of adultery. But in that particular village or that community, she had to wear a brand of shame. So in our homeland, we had a brand of shame culture. So us coming over here butt naked in chains, that was our scarlet letter for that spiritual adultery against the Most High. All right, us walking in nakedness. But now Esau, Edom has seduced us to stay into that same state that got us over here in the first place. because that's what deviated us from the Most High. All right.
Jeremiah 24, verse 9. I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth, and their hurts to be a reproach and a proverb.
And then how did that apply to the fake Jews? Be delivered to all the kingdoms of the earth. How did it doesn't. God, it doesn't. You know? All right?
It says a taunt and a curse.
What's a tunt? If you look up that word tunt in the Blue Letter Bible, it's actually a song of mockery. Any, many, mighty, mo. Catch a nigger by his toe. That's called tunt. When you grab a stick and you poke somebody to agitation, you're taunting them. But he did through his video. The big eyes, the big lips, eat watermelon. Why would you do some shit like you're a grown man making cartoons? Why would you use your fruit? Because it's part of the curses. That's taunting us. You know, that's taunting us. And not just with the so-called Negroes, but the Native Americans, the Hispanics, the Indians. Hey, you stealing our land, and then stealing gas land and Rubens land, then making Western shows where nigga, you the cowboy, you the hero, and they're the bad guy. So you know what I mean? They're the bad guy. But that's like a sequel. Because the prequel to the sequel was you stole the land in the first place. Go ahead, bro.
It wasn't by no coincidence that all those years on Thanksgiving it would be the Cowboys and the Redskins.
Every year.
Every year.
Taunting us. Taunting. All right?
California, Nevada,
New Mexico.
Texas, they put them all down into Mexico.
Just to have a wall posted, just to build a wall to say you got to keep them on this side of the wall. Taunting you, man. Calling you an alien and an immigrant for attempting to come back to your country. That's called a taunt. For you uppity, light-skinned, Spanish-speaking niggas that think you better than us, man. You know? Because they say in Texas, it's about think you better than us. But that's a taunt, man.
Globally, they had a restaurant called Legal Burrito.
Yeah, they did. Come on, man. But it's called a taunt. Yeah. Hey, they're taunting us. Wetbacks, even, but y'all ever seen that movie? It was recommended by the apostles called Bamboozled. One of the Wayne brothers, the best when he showed black culture, it is a modern day minstrel show. And who owns the record labels? So when Jake degenerates himself, that's a modern day coon. It's a modern step with it fetching. Eve is a modern day whore. If you watch the movie, I'm gonna get back to the scriptures. You watch that movie Goodbye Uncle Tom. There was in a marketplace in New Orleans, and there was a particular room where they had the boys painted in like different paint, basically being entertainers. But they had underage Evites naked, and the cameraman was like, "All right, don't shake your body, shake your ass." But basically, it was like a music video back then. They were dancing and cooning to the music. So they engineered our culture for us to make mockery of ourselves. You know, that's a taunt. Every morning on WLBT, you the only criminal on earth. That's a taunt.
Right.
They're all fucked up. We're all fucked up. But you the only criminal on earth, man.
We the same crime that Esau.
Yep.
But he get off. With a slap on the wrist. You know, he'll probably get fired with pay, suspended with pay. But Jake gonna be fired, locked up, get crazy years, man.
And a deeper thing too, to go along with that, Amaleks create the whole paradigm that put the image in everybody's mind that the 12 tribes are a problem on earth. Meanwhile, the biggest demon on earth is Amalek. You should say something, brother.
I got appreciate it.
Now you go ahead and get it.
You saw somebody had one?
No, I don't see everybody. Yeah. I was watching the guy on TikTok.
Yep.
The North King brother. He said the Mexicans, they mad that they were brainwashed so bad that every time they see a black person, his grandmama see a black person, she like they criminal because of the white figures brought them put in their head for years. Indoctrination. He said, man, I from visiting my grandma. I figured that she's black, and she's like, he's a criminal. But he was like, man, because of the white white spirit within their head. Now they look, now some of them looking at us like, look for the girl. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say this, if you go back to Planet of the Apes, hey, Caesar broke it down, and he had that one stick, and he broke it, but then he had those sticks, bundled together. He said, together we strong. So that's what Esau knows. When this house is finally united, there's nothing they can do about it.
And then you realize that's the MO of Esau when he colonized the world. When the beast took back over, he divided and conquered countries by creating a class system. If you was a light-skinned Ethiopian, you was better than a dark-skinned Ethiopian. And that was one of his metrics. That was one of his formulas to divide and conquer those countries, man. Willie Lynch, he really lynched the whole earth through class system. So if you're a northern kingdom and you look more like you're conquerors by the rules of so-called white supremacy, you're higher in the class system, in the caste system, man. All right?
We'll probably see it, how Great Pierce probably pointed out because the stick really, we know Ezekiel placed himself. How joint equal, together.
Because the stick was broken at first. Now it's because the northern and the southern kingdom are waking up to the fact that y'all got to come in.
You know, that's why he calls it the minority. To put it in your mind, you're small, weak. You don't have enough to really come together.
And he even did that with the countries in South America. Brazil itself is 2/3 the size of the United States. But we didn't grow up thinking that. We think America the biggest country on earth. But them South American countries, they dominate America, man, this size, man. All right? You still making points. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Psalm chapter 137, starting at verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept. We remember Zion. We hanged our hearts upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
Yep, those Babylonians.
You fast forward to when he was slave. Steamboats we chariot come to take us.
Those Negro spirituals. Show you who we are. You got it, brother.
And they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Hey, we bring this out a lot of times. Y'all know that movie, The Five Heartbeats? You remember that when they got pulled over? And what the Edomite cops asked them, y'all the Five Heartbeats? Don't y'all sing this one of the songs?
Right.
And that was already in a humiliated state, looking at each other like really? But they required them a song.
Right.
Yep.
He showed that in the 60s, like James Brown, all them, when our music was straight instruments and it was positive. Esau wanted that vibration, you know what I'm saying? Esau wanted that. You know, they required of us, even on the slave ships, they used to have us entertained. You know, who it was on the movie, the Fiddler, what, you know, they had you playing the
12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, right. They always, you know, the modern day Babylonians done that also.
And then look, even throughout entertainment, that's like a song too.
Right.
Athleticism, the sports world, that's still a form of a song.
Right. That's that mirth, like I said, it required us mirth.
Yep.
Without our entertainment, the whole world is boring.
Yep.
That's why America, when they get Jake, the music is one of the number one export of America. Our music, you know, they sell it across the world, you know, for entertainment, like you say, the sports, all of that.
And then the thing about it is, going back to slavery, they still sharecrop Jake because they make so much money on broadcasting Jake worldwide. But how much money does Jake get off his own merits? Right. Showing you that when it happened, what's that? Hey, guy, was he in a hole in your pocket? Or you labor and have no rest? That's not just for the blue collar Jakes. It's for the white collar, the entertainers. You know, that's for the athletes, the singers. But statistically, they all go broke. You know, and for every $1 billion you made for yourself, they made billions.
Right.
You know?
That's why LeBron James, he said, Tiger making like $40 billion. And and some of that go to LeBron James, right? Yeah. So they'll probably get $1 billion of that, maybe $1 billion of that. So they're making $40 billion a year.
That's called sharecropping.
And they kill it.
That's why I said the plowman should overtake the reaper. You're still an entertaining plowman.
I was saying on the flip side of that, they still, they got that money on the paper, they can't go spend it. Because if that was the case, all our community, they would be giving back to the communities and helping the people helping their own people come up out of the slums.
Hey, and what further proves your point, like LeBron, once he perished, he can't leave that money to his kids.
Right.
That's why he knows he's trying to put his sons on. Because they take that money back. See, for Jake, there's no such thing as what they call generational wealth.
Right.
You know, because when you break that term down, that means race happiness. That comes in the kingdom of heaven based on the curses. You know?
Yep. Couple surprise.
There's a lemon too. He said, for their day, that you want to get that? For their, this Psalm 137 again. For their day carried us away captive, required of us a song. The day that wasted us required of us mirth,
That
saying,
happened during the Babylonian Empire. And you can fast forward to the Greek Empire, as well as when we came to America, or to the Americans.
You need to pray for that, man. Because sailors and rappers stuff, they put their asses on their planes and carry their ass across the globe to what? Entertain where they benefit.
Right. Right. Part of us is something.
Yeah.
sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Yep.
You see, it's that same, like, even in the Lord's state we in now, when the Most High, they put that, change Jacob's name to Yahshua. And he told him, the angel told him, look, you have power with the Most High and with man. And once that step was put on Jacob, we, even in our lower state, you know what I'm saying, we still have that power amongst, you know what I'm saying, amongst the nations now. Even in the lower state, we still make the world more. How much more will we get that, you know what I'm saying, when we glorify and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments? You got it.
Where's the scripture that says in Sirach, a man that is under the poverty?
In 10, so right there, I was thinking of that.
Y'all want to get that in the spirit? You know?
Because
Because Jake's still beautiful, man.
right.
You know, they got Jake out the hood at the Ruckers in the parks of New York and made an Air One out of it. This Jake playing street ball. They got the Air One documentary on Netflix. It's real good. But they got Jake out the hood playing and made money off of it, man. They got their whole style at Beale Street, that Beale Street swag back in the 50s. Made Elvis out of it. You know? They got Shuck Rock. You know? The Harlem Globetrotters. They ain't nothing but a song and murder. You know? All right?
And that's good. If I can add, that's good. Because basically, once you get fucked like that, it makes you understand that you gotta get fucked up out of here.
Even with the ice hockey, Jazz started the whole ice hockey thing.
You made no account of his labor because nobody attributes ice hockey to a guy like that. So, once again, Esau get that covered veil, the covering cast, the covered veil put amongst all people's faces, where he get the what do you call it, the credit for everything that we did. All right? And it feeds into the illusion of so-called white supremacy. All right?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, down to verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches.
And what's that movie, brother? Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Then Jake was sick. And kind of find out he was living this sweet shit. Frankie Riley. But they showed that clip in the end, like that really happened. And you know, he was talking to an old girl, a woman, and she saw his living arrangement. He was like, damn, this dude got it worse than me. You know?
And look how long Michael Jordan was but they still honor him for that skill.
Yep.
And
But
his shoes are still selling on the fucking record.
Jake still down over them shoes, man. But and like you said, the poor man is honored for that skill. Especially in America when your skill is entertainment. You're still a guy. You know?
Verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches?
Like you said, how many look, we in the kingdom? You got people doing drill routes in Europe because of what Jake doing over here in America. What Jake doing over here in Chicago. People are mimicking your prison culture. The state that we're in America is a form of prison. What you know how you got that clip where it's Jake, they got the old clothing line in prison. They showcasing their clothes in prison. All right. America, but in America, Jake is a trendsetter in this prison. And the world is mimicking you. That's how honored you are. They were Nike in Saudi Arabia. All right, they got Slang in different parts of Africa and Australia. Everybody's copying your energy, all right? But how much more in the kingdom? When you're not a nigga.
Oak Block in Chicago, that's considered like a tourist location now.
Yeah.
You know?
Ain't that something? Jake make everything cool, you know?
And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty?
Esau.
Easily.
Because nobody likes you. You that little apple thing you had back in the 50s, that's gone. Like nobody wants to be a so-called white man anymore. So you've lost your honor, and that's a sign that you're almost out of here. But how much more despised you're going to be when you lose your kingdom? That's why it says in Isaiah 14, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon you and say, is this the man that made the earth to trouble? You ever had a bully in high school? They were probably way more bigger and powerful than you. And then, like, I don't know, 15, 20 years later, it's like, damn, nigga, that's the nigga look at me. He's the bully me. You know what I'm saying? You didn't finish puberty and shit, you working out, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, he bullied me. Like, life bullied him, and now you see him, it's like, shit, nigga. So that's how we're going to look at the Esau Edom, man. When he become normal, when he lose that outrun shit, aura, when he lose that, you know.
And the Most High is doing that now. This is Malachi 3:5. And I will come near to you to judge you, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcery, and against the adultery, and against the false swears.
See, going back to the point, Esau being that bully. You see, these nations, they put up with Esau. Like, they really don't like him, man. Because Esau is a grimy, deceitful nigga, man. Like, the world know that, but they know that nigga got their military and that nigga controls the trade market, man. All right? And Esau can send one of them naval destroyers over there and get busy with your ass overnight. You see? That's why these nations been putting up with it. But the Lord, even the playing field, man. All right? He done increased these nations' military capabilities, man. Just to deal with America, man. See, just like them dominant teams in the NFL and NBA, all the other teams start what? Start drafting just to try to compete with that team that's done it. You know, but that's what the nations of the earth is doing. They forming their military just to compete with America. They know they can't catch up with America aircraft. America just got way more than everybody else. So they started investing in what? The missile defense system to shoot the motherfucker down. You see? The whole earth is going to come against the great whole America, man. What says the Lord? What it says in Jeremiah? What you have about Jeremiah 50 and 14? Yeah, finish that. Okay.
False swears. And against those that oppress the hireling in his wages.
You know? Because this is a system that's based on oppression. And when you really go into it, like everything is meant to keep you in the state of depending on him. You know? Here it is, if you have some money saved in the bank, you know, let's say you have $50,000, well, you gotta keep paying taxes on that money. You know? You a millionaire, like you gotta pay taxes. That's why Esau go buy these paintings for $5 million. That way he can have some liquid money, so they can't tax him anymore, man. Everything is built to keep you poor. Then you gotta explain to these niggas what you doing with your money. Don't try to get $10,000 out of the bank. You gotta do paperwork.
It's not that.
Yeah.
That fucking money's not there. What they call it, fractional
Yeah.
income.
Yeah.
Where the banking system only keeps 10% of the money.
Yeah.
So what they do is they take your money and then they lend that shit off and then come back and charge you money. You know, and that's the same thing the Rothschild did to, as well as become the most powerful family in the world.
It was like somebody tried to cash out me some money one time, a certain amount. And there was all type of options came up on cash out I've never seen before, man. You know? But this supposed to be our personal money. Here it is, you can work 70, 75 hours, but you still got to explain to this man what you doing with the money you work for him for. Like, goddamn. You know? That's why
they tax you too.
Yeah.
You work so many overtime hours, you reach that certain bracket, he tax you more. You get a bonus, he tax you.
Yep.
The widows and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his rights.
Hey, because Esau, he wants to recreate a society why with the digital currency, the money's gonna be programmable, man. You know, he can program the money to where it don't work outside of certain radius. Ain't gonna be no going to New Orleans on the weekend with your boo. All right, your money ain't gonna work past Brookhaven. Okay, you're gonna cut out.
Digital currency.
You know, you're gonna be through. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. And fear not me, says the Lord of hosts.
I guess you got it.
According to the system. This is Proverbs chapter 28, verse 8. We read the KJV and the NLT. He that by usury and unjust gain increases his substance, he should gather it for him that will pity the poor.
Yeah, he should gather for him that will pity the poor. Ultimately starts with your house shot. Because you go to Solomon, Solomon shared his inheritance with the nation. Esau does the least of Esau, they poured up their inheritance, man. Okay? So that's why even their people are suffering. But in the times of Solomon, it said every man dwelt under his own fig tree, man. How Israel was in the sand of the sea, making merry, man. You know? Silver was as the stones. I mean, the economy was spread out, man. Everybody was good, man. You see, but Esau doesn't do it. He hoards it up to the wealth and centile of the earth, man.
This is verse 20, Proverbs 28 and 8 NLT. Income from charging high interest rates will end up in the pocket of someone who is kind to the poor.
It's kind to the poor. There's going to be our shadow. He scores the earth. He's going to distribute it amongst his nation, man. The people that's at the bottom. That's what Yahweh Shai is coming to do, to put all his people on, man. You know, the elect they make. Because that's why he got to get rid of niggas, because they still in this Edomite mind frame, man. You know? But for our people that's getting it, that's why scriptures say the Redeemer is going to return to Zion from those that have turned from transgression, man.
We should know that we receive it. That's the good thing about the made before the grace. Like, if I want to be a God, well, us going to be
Verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Yep. And you know, Esau, in this society, like, he's praying to Satan to keep this thing going, man. That's why it's going to get real good. Esau going to do like a great sacrifice to Satan. Like, this nigga, he like a weak. They on some whole other shit, man. That's why it's going to get real dark out here, man. And Esau wants this thing to continue, man.
You know what? This is good because I think this is the year of the story of God.
Yeah.
What's that? 2022.
Turn around.
So 2023 is nothing but a reflection of the year of the story of God.
March is the year they worship that Mars, yeah, the god of war.
They show you World War III right there. Whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he should follow himself.
Esau is sister. Esau, hey, we play again,
Verse 10. Whoso causes the righteous to go astray.
So, one example, just trying to get out the hood. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to work at 9 to 5, but that's not working. Now with inflation, look at the crime rate. Just gonna go crazy, man. That inflation is nothing but a tool to keep all the people further oppressed. So you mean to tell me inflation goes up, but your wages don't go up? He's literally wiping out the fucking middle class. And guess what? Once the middle class is affected, the upper middle class is gonna be dragged down.
Esau used
Go ahead.
Esau used the scriptures on the left hand side, just like it's in Proverbs 30. I forget, it ain't Solomon, I forget who Proverbs that is, but he was going into, yeah, we neither poverty nor riches. You know, he's like, give me poverty, Lord, I would deny you and steal. See, Esau see that, and he impoverished the whole nation, and he know no matter how much integrity you had, eventually the survivalist mode gonna kick in, and you gonna do what you gotta do to survive. But Esau he always digging his pit for himself, you know, by going back to the shoes he brought out earlier, then putting the bottle to his neighbor. Right.
And even these Edomites is being affected. I ain't read an article. Like in Houston, you got people trying to buy and rent out chickens. You know what I'm saying? And pigs and things of that nature because they're trying to beat inflation. You got white women that no longer going to the salons because basically it's hitting their pockets. So now they're basically staying permits. So they won't have to continue to go to the salon over and over. So Esau is doing it.
You got to remember Imperial. Imperial. He couldn't do nothing. He was through. They supposed to Imperial.
Okay.
And
Trying to do right.
trying to do right.
Project. That's why in these times, wisdom knowledge gonna be your stability, man. You know, all that money, that material things is nothing, man. It's all about having a stable mind of what's going on. You know, understanding what's to come. That's what it's all about. Right.
That's why the Most High is attacking them with their vehicles, with their houses, with their jobs, with their women, with their kids, because he's trying to restore their spiritual attachment. You know? He's trying to fortify your mind and spirit.
Put you in that hard state of mind, put you in that what's really coming, man. Because what we going through there really, you know, we in the flesh, so it seems like something to us, but when you really think about it, it's really nothing to what's going to happen, what's to come. Look at what the disciples went through, you know what I'm saying? The examples of what the disciples really went through, how they were getting persecuted. It's nothing what we really going through when you really, you know what I'm saying? After you go through, you look at it, after you calm down, after you first get attacked, you'll be like, dang, you know what I'm saying? But then after you remember the scriptures, then you calm down, you know what I'm saying? You might hit that bottle or something and make that flesh chill out, and then that spirit kick in, and then you be like, man, I was tripping, bro. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck everybody. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who against it, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who against it, you tripping, you woman, man, fuck all y'all. Just be real. Just, you know, because you in the flesh, and you will get weak, you know what I'm saying? You'll start bothering, but then once that spirit kick in, you like, man, this shit wasn't done. You know what I'm saying? You know? It's like, bro. You want them to get that money? Them just gonna back on the But like you said, what you would say, be in a position to good, because the power family, right? You tell them, like, look, you know, y'all gonna do y'all pictures, y'all the best possible, y'all ain't resisting, but the blood will. This is the most high. You trying to turn us into that. You trying to prepare us for what's to come, like, for real. Right, blood. Make us to that stone like you have a shot, you know.
That argument with your woman, you think it's pretty bad, but they ain't gonna be shit compared with them you in, truth kicking your door. You know, rushing you, throwing you down, getting ready to haul you off to a concentration camp. You know, that little argument, you gonna be, that shit ain't gonna be thought of no more.
Right. Kids ain't listening, you know what I'm saying? See, it's everything just trying to, it's really Satan desire to sift us as weak, you know. But like how I told Peter, I pray that your faith fail it not. And when you convert it, strengthen thy brother. That word strengthen goes to confirm the minds of the brother. So, because every brother going through something, you know what I'm saying? So, once you make it through what you went through, you talking to the brother like, brother, just keep, you know, the whole thing is just, we keep each other's minds stable, man. We strengthen the minds of each other. That's what the video is for. You know, it's going to get harder and harder. The intensity turning up. Because it's getting closer to that. Like I said, it'll be a great insurrection on those who fear the Lord. It'll be like man being spared none. So, you know, and then I know, brothers, with that spirit, you can see the spirit just jumping on, you know what I'm saying? It just might jump on your family, anybody around you, and they attack you. But you're like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell is about? I done just done everything. What you on? And then once you think about the spirit, you like, brother, these spirits just been able to jump on people who ain't getting the spirit, who ain't close. You know what I'm saying? But once you understand it, you calm down. That's why the being of the Lord, we gonna be more, we being made more Christian than time goes.
So that goes into envy and agitation. So what Satan do is he'll attack your family members, trying to plant something in your mind to use you against you.
And it ain't that, so go ahead now. And we might look at it like you wicked as hell, you gonna get destroyed. They still, you in your mind, you really, some of you don't want them to get destroyed, you know what I'm saying? But it just be it's the strength in you. The Lord, you know, because the Lord controls it all anyway. Even the spirits jump on you, the Lord still controlling it. So he trying to bring something out of you in the end. You know, he's trying to bring something out of it. And that's how you got to look at it, Tyler. see, we know the full story. So, like I say, once you sit back and analyze, you like, what the Lord trying to show me? He trying to show me where I'm weak at. You know what I'm saying? Look, you went weak in this area. You talking about how strong you were. As soon as you got attacked, you start moping, and you know what I'm saying? We do. You know? You got it. Like, you got it.
2 Corinthians chapter 11 and 23. Are they ministers of the anointing? I speak as a fool. I am more.
This Apostle Paul speaking, to the Corinthians. Now he's going to go through the rundown of, the trials and witness. Like the other get into, man, like, it's a hard road ahead, man. Salvation, you gotta think, this is the greatest reward that the man can ever get. So it's going to be, a trial, man. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a dog fight, man. Go ahead.
And then if I can say this real quick, that 144,000, if you gonna be on that high, so they gonna be the governing body, we got to go through it. We got the hardest thing to go through. You know, you can look at Jake and be like, there's a lot of Jake gonna make it. You think they ain't gonna make it because they don't have to stand to the standard that if we that 144,000 standard that we got to hold, we got to stand up to. So you just still get like going to the scripture brother read earlier. Mercy rejoices over judgment. Our job is to put judgment in the gate, right? But at the end of the day, we can't say they gonna make it or they not. You know what I'm saying? Which we can say what the scriptures say about wicked niggas. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's the most high we've already got to set up. You know? So that's why you still got to stay humble in the spirit and just catch yourself and make sure you walking. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you examining yourself and judging yourself, cuz. You know, you got it, bro.
In labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent.
In prison more frequent. Like Paul was in and out of prison.
Right.
See? He was bound up, just for preaching the word. You see? Go ahead.
In death's oft.
In death's oft, go ahead.
Of the Jews 5 times received, have 40 stripes saved one.
Yeah, so he was beaten, 3 times. 40 stripes saved one. He was getting lashed for Yahweh shot. But going back to it, he's one of them high-ranking spirits, man. He had to go through it. David had to go through it. You see? All the apostles, the 712 thrones beside Yahweh shot, they had to go through it, man. Oh, yeah. Right. That's another thing, like, Yahweh shot. A lot of times, that's why it's good to be familiar with the Gospels, because you'll know your situation similar to what Yahweh shot was going through. That's him giving you that cup. Because, like, sometimes, like you say, you laugh at this shit like, damn, big bro got me, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But, like you say, the thing is to stay calm in chaos. That's what Yahweh shot conditioned us to do. To stay calm when shit get chaotic. Because, hey, you can't wrestle with flesh and blood because you ain't gonna get nowhere, man. Right. It's for us to overcome in the spirit. Certain people is meant to agitate you, to build you up to a point. Then it's time to go to something else, man.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, starting verse 9.
This got to come out right here.
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
See, we're rich in something that the world doesn't offer. That's in faith. That's in trust. Like, that's going to be the currency of these times is faith, man. Just to have mercy, and we're going to be rich in mercy as well, man. You see, the only thing that's going to matter is mercy when this thing collapses, man. When things, really get bad out here, man. Like you say, the riches that people have heaped up, our people that's billionaires, 100 millionaires, and trending, and most streams this year, that shit ain't going to matter in the time of chaos, man. When the Lord opened up judgment in this place, it's going to all be about mercy. That's what we're going to be reaching, man.
All right, also, we're going to about riches profit not every day around. So it's all about that spiritual currency, your faith, that divine faith.
This is Romans 11:33. Of the depth of the riches, both of the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High, how unsearchable are his judgments and his ways past finding out.
Yeah, so the true riches, man, It's really the relationship that we have with Yahushua. That's the most valuable thing we can have right now, man. Be a friend of the king, man. Okay, the king that's to come, all right? Now, this kingdom is taken down, man. You know?
Like in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, in that time they were talking about wicked Jacob, you know? But wisdom is manifold this time, man. We're talking about the small hats, man. You know? Which they parade themselves, okay, to be us, man. Okay, and are not. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. But it's like a be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
See, we come to a time where we really gonna have to put our life in the hand of Yahweh Shema. Like we really just gonna have to step out there, man. You know? You're gonna have to step on water. You have to have that faith to walk on water, man. Like you gotta think about it now. You know, when you was out there on the pool, you could jump out there, you know, on that water. Like, nah, it takes a certain mindset to believe like that, man. You know?
And when you do it, you gotta be committed to it.
Yeah.
Because remember when Peter was walking, he was straight until he realized what he was doing.
Yeah.
It broke his faith.
He seen the storm around him.
Yeah.
This is Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 40. Going back to what you said about not being attached to the word of come. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Even be as pilgrims on the earth, man. That's why, like as everybody said earlier, Lord is conditioning us not to be attached to each other, man. Because we're going to have to move around, man. Okay, you're going to have to leave that car, that house. Okay, you're going to leave that situation, man. Job, okay, the salaries. You're going to leave those things, man. You're going to walk away, all right? Just like during the time of 7 AD, I was trying to say, look, y'all see the rules are being compared. Don't take your ass back to the house trying to get no goddamn clothes. You know, Jake, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't take your dumb ass back over there and get no clothes, man, before we come to see y'all, man. You know, just keep going. It's a lot of Jakes that they seen it. They had to leave to Africa, man. You know? They had to flee. Because
we prophesied for 40 years prior to that event happening.
myself no more over. Y'all just need to be started. You know, go ahead.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
Yep.
And he that buyeth as one that will lose.
Yep, so showing you that, hey, you know, we're going to be doing our thing all the way up to that point. You know? And brothers got certain things going on, you know, whatever they got. Brothers got businesses and, you know, different things. But guess what? There's going to come a time where you just going to have to move, you got to leave it be, man. It don't matter if you just started. You done had your business going for 3 months. You just started getting to the profit. You just learning how this shit work, you know. You got meetings and shit lined up like, nah, it's time to go. You know? This shit temple, man.
Hey, can I bring this definition out? Look at the definition for pilgrim. This is the definition for pilgrim in the etymology dictionary. A person traveling to a holy place or seeking some miracle or spiritual benefit.
Woo. And we were traveling to the holy place. You see? We really, because see, as what they call a pilgrimage, you go on the pilgrimage. You see, we really on the pilgrimage, we passing through. We just happen to be stopped in America for extended stop, man. You know? Yep.
Traveling to the city,
Yep.
on one side.
Yep.
He that occupy merchandise is he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth is he that shall not dwell therein.
If I can add it, you can't love it. Whatever you got, you can't love this shit. Everything is short term. You use it until it's time to basically give it.
Everything is rolling.
Everything is horrible.
He that reap no soul as he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that should not gather the grapes.
Yeah, so whenever we built in this temple situation, man, it's gonna come a time we're gonna have to separate. you can't have no thought about it, man. Right. You know, because that's who's gonna take the seat. Everyone that's attached to those things, man. If Esau gonna cut you off, or when you get back to the end, you're gonna have to take the seat. You see, you're gonna find out. He's setting up the infrastructure to where the only way you're gonna be able to do business, okay, and to be a part, okay, of this trade and commerce, you're gonna have to take the seat here, man. And everybody survives off buying and selling, man. No matter what you got going on, especially in America, man. Everybody survives off some type of buying and selling, man.
That's why scripture in Revelation 13:16 it documented all the social classes.
Yep.
Because that covered everybody.
Yep.
They that marry, and they that should like get them kids, the children, and they that marry not,
I can say, hey, this system will still be being exercised prior to the outside country. Because you're going to have people that's going to get revelation for you, they're going to get that from Robin. So people are going to sell up. You know, you're going to have some brothers that, hey, it's going to get too cold for them. You know, and Lord willing, that doesn't happen to none of us, but that's just a reality check. Look at the Jerry Drill. You know, and then cash from IUIC to you. As soon as he received it, he said he felt the presence of the Most High. Please, you know, that's it.
and therefore they that labor in vain.
They labor in vain. Hey, because you got people with all these 5-year plans, 10-year plans. It's vain, man. Okay? Everybody's going to be subjugated to prophecy, man. And what the Lord wants, man. And the Lord is fed up with this society, man. You're trying to prosper a society that the Lord hates. No one even looks at it like that, man. People are trying to be established and prosper in a society that the Lord hates, man. You know? You get with it, Psalm 73:20. You have one? Okay. Get that Psalm 73:20.
You gotta use the word, but not abuse it.
Yep. Like you say, you make moves wise up and running, but we gonna know when it's time to go. You know, there ain't gonna be no question when it's time to let this shit go. Like, it's gonna be extremely obvious, man. That's right. You know?
Right, so we said let your family style, just sit everything, man. Sit it right. You know how Jake tried to
Yeah. You gotta display how Jake. Yeah. As long as this place is up and functioning, and you don't need the corral to buy and sell, you know you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright? You had bills before the truth, man. Go ahead.
Matthew 6:19 says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Yeah, because really what Esau, he finna just shut everybody's shit off, man. What you call the bank bail-ins, pretty much. They can just, they got bail-ins. Yeah, when they take your deposits. You know? But the bail-outs when you try to go get the money. But they got a bail-in when the bank just say, look, we need this money to function. You know? Ain't no chili cheese, fat boy. They gonna hit you with that.
That's where they gonna get your 401k.
Yeah, the 401k, it's gonna be gone. Okay? So it don't matter, like you say, DJ, like you made the point earlier, Jake is a billionaire. Dr. Drake ain't gonna get $500 million out. They can't do that. But Esau can take it. You see? So they done heaped up all because they spent their money, keeping their money in the bank. And Esau can take it, all right, and twinkle of an eye. You know?
Eventually, Esau will get you with the universal income.
Yep.
It'll have the same thing.
Kanye like I'm worth $3 billion, and he was like, really I only got like $175 million in the bank because everything just country.
What's up, brother?
Different country.
Hey, I like what y'all doing, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I can say this too, man.
That's
Esau gonna hit a lot of people sometimes when they just gonna hit a switch in certain places, and the bank gonna be like, well, our system is down. We can't get nobody no money. Cause it was where I'm from, man. It was like people about to lose their damn minds because every bank, our system had shut down for about a couple hours, man, about 2 or 3 hours.
And it's been doing that in other. They already doing that in other countries now already. In certain countries they doing that in right now.
Yeah, they've done it already.
They can cyber tech.
But they've been testing it over here, like you said. You know. Yep.
Watch how the crowd may go up and see the day.
Because I see the difference in America and all the other countries. America is the most armed nation on the earth. There's more guns in America than it is people. You know, so America, you know what I'm saying, all the other nations, they citizens ain't allowed to have all this weaponry. That's why I tell you America's gonna go down by violence. Because even when they do come with this system, you gonna have them Edomite militias fight, they gonna have Jake, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody got guns. So that's why it's the easiest for them to run test runs on these other countries. You know what I'm saying? When they know they do it to America, it's gonna come with straight military, but it's gonna be, that's why I said one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands, so it's gonna be a straight bloodbath.
That's what they're trying to get. America. That's what I'm saying. It's all about the guns. This is the whole thing about guns. Like with the North Korea, it's like no South Korea. They had no fucking guns. They had no guns over there.
I think in Europe, the citizens ain't allowed to
You get coke over there.
So
it's like the China, you know what I'm saying? That's why they go around and beat the shit out their citizens, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Put a lockdown. That's why even with the COVID lockdowns in America, it was a stipulation too. Jake was still out, you know what I'm saying? They had curfew. Jake's still out doing their thing, because what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You know, Esau still doing their thing.
That's what Bobby said. He wanted that 8 off 15. He wanted that 8 off 15 off 15.
When you think about it, Maine has over 300 and some registered hunters, not including the illegal hunters. So if you think about each state and their sizes, 300,000, so like 300,000 registered hunters. So you think about Texas, how many hunters they have there. Registered, not including illegal hunters and guns. So, like he's saying, America got the biggest army, in the world.
Everybody already grimy. They get over
but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, where thieves do not break through and steal.
the best investment we can make is in the life after this thing. In the kingdom to come. Now this is an investment in the kingdom to come. That's the best thing we can do with our time and energy right now is to invest in the kingdom to come, man. You know? Like I say, yeah, you gotta maintain the situation while this place is up and running, but you can't get too carried away in it, man. You know, because it's temporal, man.
I was just gonna say, just add to it, just as the Most High, Yahushua told Peter, when Peter asked himself, I've given up everything. I've given up my family, my house. What am I gonna get? Yahushua told him, give you 100-fold. So that's our investment, you know, in the kingdom. You know, we get all of that back in 100 times.
Right here, how here, here, 5 years later, while running dryer, the hell was going.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But to the kingdom of heaven, everything will be everlasting.
You want to leave, bro. You gonna get real women in the tea. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything will be short and clothes.
So I have a ribbon on it. Over that red part.
So for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Yeah, so what you treasure, that's where your mind gonna be, man. You know?
Hey, that's why Satan attacks your mindset.
Oh, yep.
Lose this,
Yep.
lose this, because he knows that's what your mind is.
Yep. That's why you gotta have that heaven and salvation. That's right. But you gotta guard your mind from this shit out here, man. You know, have your mind occupied in salvation, man. You know?
He's how we looking for what's to come.
Oh, look at that,
Psalm
73:20.
Psalm 73 and 20.
Yep.
As a dream when one awakens. So, O Lord, when thou
It
awakest,
says there's a dream when one awakens, so Lord, when thou awakens. Okay? Because why? When you're asleep, you're inactive. Okay? So the Most High is not sleepy. That's symbolic talk. The Most High is going to get active out here, man. And what he's going to get active against, go ahead.
it said, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image.
I say something about that dream. And you know, some dreams, when you wake up, what happens? You don't remember.
Yeah.
You forget.
Yeah.
So Esau's kingdom is going to be totally blotted out of our mind once we get into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. He said, thou awakest, O Lord, thou shalt despise their image. Okay? What is the main thing that's been going around since the Quran has been the topic? The image of the beast. How shall despise this, man? The Heavenly Father, they despise how the earth is being ran. So why would you try to prosper, okay, and stay linked into a world that the Heavenly Father hates, man? You know, that's why the scripture say, though the hand join the hand, the wicked should not go unpunished, man. Right? That's why the Spirit has detached us from this place, man.
Most I instead of be showing us your kids, stuff happening to your kids, your family, you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff be happening. He be trying to show you like, look, this ain't our rest, buddy. What you get comfortable here for, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your kids get caught up in all type of wickedness, you know what I'm saying? Your family on drugs, you be like, man, this ain't the world. I had to tell my daughter that because she already in that mindset, like, she 17, like, damn, I don't, she, you know, we been a lot of death. She was seeing a lot of death in the flesh. She just like, she know this ain't like, I had to explain to her yesterday. I'm like, you right, this ain't this, we good. We gonna see everybody again, it's gonna be for eternity. Nobody gonna die no more. You know, that brought peace to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she struggling, her man, like, this shit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? She know it. So I had to whoop her ass with certain shit she do, but then she stuff will come out. I be listening to her. I be like, she in the right mind frame. You know what I'm saying? It just had to be, she had to get her understanding. You know, like, since she got her knowledge, the wisdom, but she get the understanding of why it's like, yeah. She know, you know what I'm saying?
This book of Revelation, chapter 21, starting at verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from out of heaven.
Read again,
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, starting at verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away.
And the new heaven and new earth, okay, the new heaven is speaking of the new rulership, which is going to be the elect of Israel, okay, under Yahweh Shai. And the new earth, the earth is going to be refreshed because the destruction, the missiles is going to cleanse a lot of this pollution, man. The heat, there's going to be a lot of heat. Like, there's going to be temperatures no one has ever experienced before. You see, Sodom and Gomorrah was just a small piece of land that the Lord did that to. He finna do a whole country like this, man, America. So imagine the heat that's gonna go forth from the earth, man. It's gonna cleanse, man. It's gonna bring it's gonna refresh the soil. It's gonna cleanse the water. It's gonna cleanse the earth. Okay, the air. You see? So this is gonna be like a new earth, man, a refreshed earth. This is the real great reset, man. Not this bullshit World Economic Forum talking about, man. You got it, bro.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High with men, and he would dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their God.
Yeah, when we come out those chairs, we're gonna change. When we come on the earth, the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be within us. We're gonna be the temple. So no matter wherever our brother is, that's the Spirit of the Lord is dwelling within that temple. No matter what the brother is on earth. Okay? The Spirit of the Lord is gonna be there. The presence of the Lord is gonna be there. Because we're gonna be made perfect in those new bodies. The Most High can dwell there. Okay? In this body, we just have, spurts. The Spirit be on us, man. Okay? But in the kingdom, it's going to be permanent like that.
So going into, like I said, it's like each brother's going to be like a version of Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the word. And the laws, statutes, and commandments is going to be put into our inward parts. So we're going to have it's like each brother going to be a version of Yahweh Shai because he is the word.
It's heavy. We're gonna be the word. That's why I said that. Get that in Isaiah 61. Start at 1. Read that. Some. You had something?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Get you.
Hey, this is This is 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night, in which the heaven shall pass away with a great noise.
Yeah, deep in the night. Okay, unexpected. That everybody, the earth is set up in a knockout punch. You know? Everybody is pretty much in their own little world and distracted, man. Everybody is set up for that knockout punch out of nowhere, man. You know, that's how it's gonna be a thief in the night. The chaos gonna come quick. And see, when the chaos hit, Yahweh Shah not soon after. See, people, like right now, they caught up in the normalcy and chilling and, you know, partying and bullshit. And then the chaos gonna hit. And then like, shit, that's gonna catch them off guard. But then they're gonna be in the chaos trying to survive. Then World War III gonna kick off, and then Yahweh Shah gonna be here. So it's like, damn, you see? It's because Jacob Trouble is gonna be like that punch that you don't recover from. Okay? And while you dazed, Yahweh Shah coming. You see? Yeah. It's gonna be, you know, gonna be a thief in the night. Go ahead.
Like you used to say, the Lord, he a man of war, and every good fighter, if he's studying his opponent, he's not gonna give him a chance to recover.
Yeah.
You know, always go ahead and he gonna go ahead and take him out. The Lord is a man of war, so he is the most expert fighter.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
It said, and the elements shall melt from the heat.
And the elements gonna melt with fervent heat. You see? The nukes gonna melt every element in America, man. That's why it's gonna be nothing but a desert. Every element gonna be melted, man. Okay, every model car. You know, niggas love to brag about cars. Okay, these big stadiums. Okay, these cities. Everything's gonna melt with fervent heat, man. Okay, go ahead.
The earth also, and the works therein shall be burnt up.
The work they're in. Okay, the Hall of Fame records. You see?
Your eyes, man.
Yeah, your Heisman Trophy. Okay. You know, all this silly shit, nigga, you know. And the Martin Luther King monument, all this dumb shit. All this shit will be melted, man. Okay? Yeah, bro. You got that.
Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord power is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
Yeah, to preach good tidings to the meek. This is good news, man. Okay? This is the good news, man. Now people love to march, okay, protest, and, you know, get on social media and complain. Well, we're telling you the good news, man. And the nigga they complain about the most, and he saw evil. Okay, the injustices. Okay? But then when we tell you the good news, now look, this man has a limited time to be in power. We telling our people, no, we got a power. He looks like us. And he's for our behalf, man. Okay? That's the good news, man. The end of suffering. We telling you this the end of suffering, man. We telling you the earth gonna be turned back to a paradise, man. Okay? Jake was crying about Obama, but we telling you about Yahweh Shah, man. Okay?
Hey, think about Obama, he ain't not fucking people.
Yeah.
And they crying about that. Sorry, motherfucker. Hey.
He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
You have to bind up the broken hearted, the broken in mind. But this society has our people broken, man. Confused, defeated. You see? Go ahead.
To proclaim liberty to the captives,
To proclaim liberty to the captives, go ahead.
and the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Opening the prison to them that are bound. Because our people are bound, okay, by what, man? The doctrines of the devil. Okay? Our people are bound by Christianity, street culture, feminism. They're bound by these things, man. They can't think outside of that, man. Niggas can't think outside the nigga box, man. Try to have a conversation with a nigga outside the nigga box, man. Okay? They can't do it. The nigga woman trying to talk to her about building something, her being in order. She ain't built for that, man. Especially the new younger generation. You know? Yo, I be like, shh. The nigga woman in her 20s, look the hell can you, what you finna do? You know? You see? You know? This is a Esau has imprisoned the minds of our people to the point that it made them worthless in the earth, man. But see, Yahweh Shai has loosed the elect from these prisons, man. You see, that's why we don't think like we used to think, man. We became new creatures, man, in Yahweh Shai. Because we were loose from a prison. Okay? We thought on a low level. We thought life was about just getting boxed and trying to get some money. Okay? We didn't know anything about running the earth. Okay? Righteousness. Okay? The legacy of our forefathers. You see? We had a very immature way of thinking, man. That's another thing. Like Esau, he got our people in prison and it really stunt their growth. That's why, like you say, you can talk to a Jake in his 30s and 40s, and it's like you talking to somebody in junior high, man. The level they on, man. Degenerate. Yeah. They a woman in her 30s, 20s, it's like you talking to a 9-year-old, man. You like, God damn. You know?
You just want to get the hell up out of here, man. You got a precept back you up. This is John chapter 8, verse 32. Ye shall know the truth. The truth shall make you free.
And the truth is making us free, man. That's why you see brothers can grow now, because we ain't in those little boxes. What they say, like if you put a fish in a little small aquarium, it only grows so big. If you put like in a small aquarium, you take that same fish and you put it in a lake, all right, it's going to start back growing, because it's in the environment to grow. See, when Yahweh Shai, we in the environment to grow now. We begin to grow as men, okay? We begin to grow as leaders, man. We done tap back into their frequency of our forefathers, man. Okay? That's why even like niggas with money, you got niggas that make $200,000 a year in their 50s and still eat chillings, man. Nigga make all this money, nigga old, but you still making these dumbass decisions, man. Cause they can't grow outside the nigga box, man. The nigga woman can't grow outside the nigga woman box, man. You see? That's why what's it in Corinthians? When I spake as a child, I think it's 13. Yeah. Gonna spake a child and she'll put up, Let's go back to that Isaiah. You had something else? Okay.
So Isaiah 61:2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord Yahweh, and the day of vengeance of our power.
The day of vengeance of our power. See, there's a vengeance that the Lord still has in the earth, man. Okay? But remember, the Lord said you have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Because Esau, Edom, every time Esau comes into power, what happens? Wickedness multiplies. The earth becomes anti-Messiah. Okay? There's a vengeance for that. There's a penalty for that, man. And he's finna pay in this time. Even what he did as a serpent. Let's get that in Revelation 12:7. Go ahead.
To comfort all that mourn.
Yep, go ahead.
To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion. Yep. To give unto them beauty for ashes.
To give them beauty for ashes. Go ahead.
The oil of joy for mourning.
The oil of joy. This is the word. This is why joy comes from, knowing that this place is finna be over with, man. You gotta think, the Most High set it up to where we gonna rejoice that this place is collapsing, man. Okay? When brothers hear about inflation, brothers be happy as hell. TV up loud out there. Yeah.
That's around side.
And you hear bad news about this place, they get you going. You're like, hell yeah.
Social
media,
people making
yeah. You start going to see people reaction, motherfuckers.
Rejoice over her.
Yeah. You hold this nonsense and prophet. But the Lord got it set up. It's the joy, it's the oil of joy. Hey, because like you got a good smell of oil, it cheer you up. Like you smell it, like dang. Yeah.
Keep smelling.
Yeah.
Can't get enough of it.
You see? This is how the word is. This is the oil of joy. Go ahead.
The garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness.
Hey, the garment of praise, our covering. He praising Yahweh Bashim Shai for what he's doing in the earth, man. We know our power reigns, man. You see? we know that he's going to put a stop to wickedness, man. See? Now we have on the garments of praise for our power. That's why we brothers out here for hours saying what our power going to do. What he's going to do in the earth, man. We're boasting in our power, man. That's our covering. You see? This is going back to earlier. We were working on getting that spiritual mark, the Tawa in Ezekiel 9:4, that's going to have us exempt from judgment, man. Yeah, bro.
That they might be called trees of righteousness.
Trees of righteousness, go ahead.
The planting of the Lord, Yahweh.
The planting of the Lord Yahweh. We're finna be established in righteousness, man, as a nation. Okay, when we come out of the church, we're gonna be planted in the earth in righteousness, man. Okay? And everything that comes off, all right, of that tree, because you had to with the family tree. Everything that comes from that family tree of Israel is gonna be righteous. Our scripture say all thy people shall be righteous, man. Okay? Go ahead.
That he might be glorified.
That he might be glorified. What we said earlier. Every brother gonna be an extension of Yahweh Shai in the earth. So wherever the Israelite man is, the glory of the Lord is gonna be there. And it's gonna be shown by what the wisdom that man has, the power that he has, the way that he's ordering things around him. That's gonna be an example of how the Lord moves in the earth, man. Okay? It's just like we're gonna, like El Kazak say, we be many most highs, man. When Yahweh Shai being the most potent form of that, man. You see? You got that.
It's 1 Corinthians 13 and 11.
Yep.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Yep.
I understood as a child.
Yep. We was a child. Like we first came in the truth, you know, we was very immature in the spirit. Okay? We didn't really understand what was going on. We didn't understand what we had just came into. Okay? We had faith, you know, we believed, you know, pretty much we agreed with what was being said. And that started, you know, that started us to start making changes, man. And then as we start living and getting the spirits, okay, then we started to become, okay, mature, spiritually mature in the faith, man. And then as we get understanding that breakdowns came out and we started reading and lessons, listening to lessons, and listen to the apostles, then we really started to understand what we were a part of, man. And this really what we matured as men. Okay? This is what we became men. This is why like the apostles, they like our spiritual fathers, man. You know? They matured us, man. Okay? We didn't have a standard according to the scriptures, man. How to be men. But now we do. Now we operate in that standard. Go ahead.
I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Yeah, and just like niggas today, man. Like you say, you have these grown men with all this money, and they on the phone. I mean, they on the, but they money phones. Okay, nigga count $1 million. Like, what you doing? You see? But there's like a child with a child with resources. You see? Because niggas don't have no power. Okay? As an Israelite man, you should want some power in the earth, man. You can get the resources, but you got the power, you can just take some shit, man. How you think King David became what he was, man? He had the power. You got the power, you can just go take some shit. You ain't gotta drop an album, okay? Or start an at-home business or whatever, you know. Tax fraud, whatever niggas into, running off from the plug. You gotta do all that dumbass shit. You got real power, man.
Yeah, people think that just having your own people answer to you is power.
Yeah.
Like you said, King David, he had dishes answer to him.
Yeah, like that nigga, Jay Prince Jr. Talking about some rappers got to check in to him. You know? But like, you like that wicked nigga Charleston White say, Taylor Swift ain't got to check in when she come to Houston. You know? Tom Cruise, they ain't got to check in when they come to God. Niggas got to check in to you, and Jake think that's a child. You ruling over impoverished nation. And niggas think that's something great. Nigga, you a child. think Jake Prince can go to the UN building? No. Okay? They will snipe that nigga down, all right? From 2 miles off. Who the fuck is this nigga, this country ass nigga, you know? As an Israelite, man, you should be obsessed with power, man. I want that raw power, man. Just the effect these nations have when like an American, what they call it, when the warships, you know, when the American battleships just pull up, the whole country gets shook like shit. Because they know there's some shit on them. You know? As a man, you should want that power. You hit the corner, the whole country like shit. You know? But that's how it was when David was in power. They were looking at David like, damn. What? You say he were? Oh, shit. You know?
The other nations heard his story. You know, Saul his 1,000, David his 10,000.
Yeah.
That
was a real album.
Right.
You know? And they were killing heathens. They were killing other Israelites, man. They were killing heathens for righteousness' sake. You see? You know, you know? Nigga talking about the niggas he done killed in the same neighborhood. You done spend the night with the nigga when y'all were younger. You know, his mama done cook for you. You done killed the nigga. You make a song about it, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
It's Revelation chapter 12, verse 7.
Yep.
And there was war in heaven.
Yep.
Michael and his angel fought against the dragon.
Yep.
And the dragon fought against his angel.
See, now you come to the time of a clash. You see? The house of David being raised up. See, the house of David here to conquer, man. Okay? And that's why you see brothers in a more serious mind frame, man. Okay? Brothers locked in, man. We ain't time to play pity pat with you people, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And prevailed not.
Prevail not. Going into what? Dragon and his angels, Esau, Edom. Okay, his militaries, they're going to prevail not, all right, against Yahweh Shah and the forces of heaven, man. Go ahead.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
And see, this is what we wait on, man. This man is taking out of power. His place found no more in heaven. That means his rulership. What's that? Get that real quick. Time 10 to 18. You see? Now we thinking as spiritual adults, man. You want the earth, man. Okay? We ain't got no AMG dreams, man. You know, if you can afford one, get it. But shit, we ain't got it. Shit, we ain't got it, goddamn. Shit.
18.
Yeah.
And it's Luke 10 and 18. And it said to them, beheld, Satan and slap. Luke 10 and 18. And he said to them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven.
You beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. Just saying there was no place found for him in heaven. So Yahweh Shah is prophesying what he's coming back to do. He's going to be the one that's going to make Satan, which is Esau in the flesh, all right, Shaitan, he's going to make him fall from rulership like lightning. Yahweh Shai going to take this man out of power quick. You see? It's going to be like one of them old Tyson fights, goddamn. You mess around, go get a beer, goddamn it. Yeah, it's over, goddamn. You watching the replays. That's how Yahweh Shai going to do when he come back, man. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 19. Behold.
Go ahead.
And the great dragon, verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out. That old serpent,
Going back to the garden, showing that, hey, now it's the year of vengeance, man. Okay? Because in the garden, who was in the garden? Adam. Who was Adam? Yahweh Shai. You see? But he fell in the garden. He fell to the weight of sin through Eve. You see? But in this time, Adam gonna kill. He gonna triumph over the serpent, man. Okay, go ahead.
called the devil,
Yep.
and Satan,
Called the devil, the deceiver, and Satan, Shaitan, the adversary. Go ahead.
which deceiveth the whole world.
Which deceiveth the whole world. This man has everybody believing the lie. He has everyone believing the lie, man. He got people thinking that he's the chosen people. All right, he got people thinking that the Most High is an Edomite, Yahushua is an Edomite, the Apostle Edomites. Okay, he got us thinking we black and Latino and Native American. Okay, he got people thinking that everybody equal and the women are equal and women don't need no men. Like he got everybody believing in lies, man. That's all this man has done in his power is lie. You know, and the scriptures say he would do that, man. That he would be loose from the prison to do what? Deceive the whole world.
And that's why I said in 2 Corinthians 4:4, God of this world had blinded the minds of them. And that,
The guys,
the guys of this world.
Yeah. Verse, 2 Corinthians 4:3.
4:3.
Yeah. You get that Revelation 20 and 7. Wake up with. You know, it's the time that we coming into, man. It's time to get beyond this shit here. It's time to move on to something else, man.
And it's 2 Corinthians 4:3.
Yeah.
But if this gospel is hidden, it's hidden to them that are lost.
It's hidden to them that are lost. The gospel is good news. And what are people lost in? Go ahead.
Verse 4. In whom the power of this world have blinded the minds of them that believe not.
The guys of this world have blinded the minds of them that believe not. Because a nigga can't see past the nigga box. Esau gave nigga that nigga box, gave the nigga woman her nigga box and what she should be and how she should think, gave the nigga the way that he should think and how to be. Because either you gonna be a cool nigga trying to, get to the American dream, you gonna be this entrepreneur type nigga, you gonna be a street nigga, or you gonna be an athlete nigga, or you just gonna be a working nigga, or you just gonna be a nigga. Just a nigga just here. But it's all a category, it's all a prototype that Esau done made, man. The nigga woman, either you gonna be the little ratchet, gorilla nigga woman, okay, you gonna be the Gabriel Union, weird, trying to, still in the corporate nigga woman, okay? Or you just gonna be this crazy liberal witch / lesbian nigga woman, all this crazy shit. But it's you gonna be in that box. You gonna be that independent nigga woman that got this little particular career, but you gonna be a version of what Esau wants you to be. He blinds you to thinking this is the way. This is the prototype what I want you to be. You know?
You going through surgery trying to make her body look like Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah. Hey, Kamala Harris, like who do that? Yeah, you see, you can understand like you're trying to like Kim Kardashian or Cardi or something, but Kamala Harris, her drunk ass,
Downgrade.
yeah, like you just start working out out there like that. Yeah, god damn. But and then Kamala, we ain't seen the bitch in 2 years. What the hell is she? What does she look like now? What do you mean?
They don't even say her name.
Yeah,
No, they don't.
God damn, Kamala Harris. Come on, man.
This is the light of the glory gospel of the Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them.
Yeah, the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh Shem Shai. And this is good. This is the good news. This is what gets us excited. And that's why we can be able to laugh at you dumbass people, man. Okay? Not simple. How long you simple ones gonna love simplicity, man? The hell you gonna have surgery to look like another motherfucker, man? Yeah. Like you say, idol worship. Okay? You just found out about Kamala 6 months ago, man. Come on, man. But that shows the simplicity of our people, man. And that's why the Lord just finna cut off a lot of our people out the earth, man. And they just that DNA has to be removed from the earth. You know? You got it, bro. Yeah, so.
And he was
Yeah, finish that, yeah. I had no.
he was
Yeah.
he was cast out into the earth. his angels were cast out with him.
That means he was promoted, okay, from that lofty position of rulership to servitude, man, to the earth. Okay, that's another thing. See, the Most High he's finna wow. Like this nigga in captivity. Okay, Esau going into captivity, like that's gonna be like a wow factor. Like, damn, this nigga's enslaved, he's in chains. This nigga is working. You know, people gonna be in awe. Is this the man? You know, cause like we talking about that with one bird one time. Like Esau gonna be. See, we not even gonna see Esau like that. He gonna be in them jobs that he gonna be way in the mind somewhere. By the time the product make it to Jerusalem for building, it's probably gonna be Elam, you know, maybe Ishmael, Ammon, okay? But Esau just gonna be the one responsible for actually getting the material from the resource. You know? That's gonna be his job.
Human excavator.
Yeah, human excavator. You see? He gonna have a back-breaking job. This nigga gonna be a torn ACL gonna be normal, goddamn. You know? This shit gonna be normal, nigga. Get to work. Okay?
You don't like the sun, now you gotta be in it.
Yeah. Hey, it's gonna be bad for Esau. Like the Most High finna embarrass this man because he walked around with so much pride, strength and shit. Most High finna embarrass that man in position. Esau finna be in the earth, man.
That son,
Yeah, that son gonna mess him up. He gonna have that cotton. You know he gonna have to pick cotton. So we're gonna go back to because really going back to wearing one fabric. Then you got cotton, linen, and silk. They're really the main three fabrics that grow. But you got the silk worm, and then cotton is a plant, and linen is a plant. You know, they're gonna be the main, three fabrics. So you got the different hides, you can wear. You know, the badger skin and stuff like that. But hey, we go back to those one fabrics, man. Hey, we're gonna need a lot of cotton, man. We better pick. Okay,
That sun like that, they gonna keep him.
yeah. They gonna keep everything burned.
Verse
Hurt that nigga to sleep, man. Don't go ahead and talk about it. You can imagine this nigga suffering all day, man.
Verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and power of his Hamashiach.
Yep, the power is anointed, the power is Yahushua. Okay? And this is what we long for now. Everything else is just something to do till we get to this point, man. You see? We ain't caught up in this shit, man. Go ahead.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
The accuser of our brethren is cast down. Okay? Because this man is always trying to paint an accusation against Jake, man. He's always trying to push the accusation like we're not worthy of the birthright. You know? This is what this man does. He accuses us of the Father, man. This is what the left hand is doing. That's why, hey, Howard Shot gave us the blueprint on how to remain blameless. That's why the serpent homes in the blood. You know? That's why the accusation that he's pushing out is stick. Okay, go ahead.
Which accused them before our power day and night.
Accused us day and night, man.
Like he said, who can lay any accusation? Like the Lord said, who can hold any charge against his elect?
Hey, get that in Romans 8. Yes.
I just had the revelation.
Yeah, the spirit change. Get that Romans 8. What the brother said there.
Romans 8:28.
Yeah.
Romans 8 and 28.
Yeah.
And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High.
All things work together for good to them that love the Most High. Everything is working on the favor of the elect. Everything gonna work in our favor. We're in a time where everything works against us. Now we're in a time where everything gonna work for us, man. And Esau, he was in a time where everything worked for him. Now it's gonna work against him. Okay? The house of David is here to conquer, man. Under Yahushua, man. That's why he raised up the house of David in these latter days, man. Okay? They're gonna come, hey, we here to teach. That's the first part of the ministry, but then it's gonna come a time to conquer, man. You see, the teachers, Jake, they just want to argue back and forth all day. House of David not here to argue with you niggas, all right, for decades, man. Okay? There will come a time where, just like this brother had the dream, he said he got to question the apostles and that from truth sake. The apostle had left the house, you know. Hey, the Most High, he finna start talking to niggas, man. You gonna keep telling them the same thing, the same breakdown. They've been breaking it down for decades. It's the same breakdown. The breakdown, has the breakdown changed? Revelation 13? Same breakdown. Okay? The Most High finna have his men keep telling you the same goddamn thing, man. They gonna remove the prophets. He just gonna start getting busy. And just apply your doctrine. Apply your doctrine in the chaos. Apply that shit. That's what everybody gonna have to do. Alright? Well, that's what you believe. Bet. Alright? Let's put the prophets up. Now let's get active. Yes. Now apply that shit.
Apply to the guys that you have chosen.
Yeah.
See what they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
To them who are called according to his purpose,
Yeah. To give me a call according to his purpose. Go ahead.
for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son.
Yep. To be conformed to Yahushua. See, nothing can stop the elect men from being conformed to Yahushua. Okay? Yahushua is hands on. That's why I say he's going to baptize us in the water and in fire. So that means he's going to engulf us in the understanding, which is the water. Then he's going to engulf us in the affliction so we can apply the water. Because how you put out fire? In the water. So if he's going to engulf you in the water, okay, now let me dunk you in this fire. So hey, you got to put the fire out the water. You know? And that's us being conformed to Yahushua. You know, because the Most High did Yahushua like that. He gave him the understanding, and then he put him through that affliction. You know? And he had to apply it in water. You know? It wasn't easy and shit. You know, it ain't easy, goddamn. You know, but hey, it gotta be done. Go ahead.
That he might be the firstborn among many brothers. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called.
He also called.
And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified.
Going into the elect, because it was already set up in the spirit, set up before the world was even created, whom the Lord was going to have the word, the true doctrine, and to be saved in the end. You know, so no matter what Esau or anybody tried to do or whatever may be happening on the earth, the Lord has already ordained it in the spirit through Yahushua for these men to be sanctified and to be a part of the elect. You know, and it was without any interference from these men anyway, you know. It was not chosen or nothing that we came up and did or, you know, nothing like that.
What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things?
Yeah, so in the same way that he delivered Yahushua, all right, for our sakes, okay, the same power is going to glorify us when Yahushua likes to glorify Yahushua. You know? So the elect, they're going to have a victory. That's why the elect is worried. The mindset of the hope of the elect ain't, what if he make us take it? What if this, like, nah, ain't no more than it's a victory written for a certain group of spirits, man. And we just believe that, man. Because at the end of the day, ain't nothing we can do, all right, to be not the elect, ain't nothing we can do to be the elect, man. It's already written, man. You know? We just fight to stay in the spirit. See?
All right, Dave, we're on that.
Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect?
Yeah, no one can lay anything to our charge. You know, Esau, like I said, the accuser of our brethren, okay? We'll have our own people come against us, man. But the elect is justified from on high, man. And that's the only thing that matters, being justified from on high.
It is the Most High that justifies.
It's the Most High. It is justified, man.
Done. So with that, go be brothers and sisters edified. Once again, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh.
Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
Elder Strike, Elder Apostles, and Elder Bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness, and house of everything elect. A Bible.
Shalom.
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 That's my son.
Shalom.